Hello, it's Janette, Crafty Dawk. Here, just a little announcement. I've actually been asked to go on the design team for the Northern Craftaholic UK. Victoria, or Minxy as she's known by to a lot of us. And I sort of hesitated because I did have to resign from uni's team. It was just the wrong time for me there. I have started to feel a bit better, so I thought, give myself another challenge, and I'll probably end up down the gurgler again, but we'll see how we go. So the kits that I've been given to play with are, there's one called Linen, and there's all sorts of linen pieces in them, and I think I'll put the link to, because I've started cutting into all these. I'll pop the link to where Minxy goes through and shows all these and explains them. So I'm using this one today, and I'm also using the lace kit. I've actually printed them onto sticker paper, and I've actually backed them with the tea-dyed paper. Isn't that gorgeous, the way it's all rusty sort of effect there? And I'm basically going to decorate, so that is the same as this one. It's just that there's a different background behind it. It looks terrific, doesn't it? This one's beautiful. Just all different little pieces of leftover thread from different projects that she just plonked on the page and scanned. I think it's just wonderful, just so different. And then black. So they're what I'm playing with today, plus just a few little, I've got some butterflies and music paper and a bit of tea-dyed paper. I'll show you all these other ones as I work with them. So I've got a project I'm doing from Antique Papery. So I've got a couple of little pieces from Antique Papery that I've started layering. So we'll get to those in a minute. And then I came to this one when I was figuring it out and put some of the lace doily on there. Oh, it's a crochet doily. And I got one of my flowers, and I thought I just like the simplicity of that with perhaps one of, these are one of the labels from the kit. Where are we? There's the silvery colour, blue. I'm going to show you those. Labels kit one, it's called. Then you've got the blue, and I've actually cut up all the others. This one it is. This is printed out large. This is printed 2 to a page. So this is here. The different colours on, this is on the sticker paper, and it just comes out a little bit different. But they're really nice. So I'll be using a couple of those today as well. Some of my flower stickers. I've got some butterflies cut out, so we'll just see how long it takes and where we get to. So first up, what I did, all those A4 that you saw, I printed them 4 to a page, and it's just the right size to go onto a journaling card. So I've done that on one side, and then I've used the hexagonal tea-dyed paper on the back. and I'll show you each one of those as I go through. This is one of the lace doily that I printed, and I'm just going to lay that onto that corner, and I just want to cut it off before I stick it down. So I thought I'd just pop on. I was just playing with these, and it's just a quick little play with the kit, just to introduce that I'm actually on the team, and we'll see how we go. No pressure, which is nice. I mean, uni didn't have pressure either, which was lovely. So there we go. Okay, I'll just ink that up a little bit, and then we'll just stick this. I just wanted a little bit of something in the corner. Just pop that down. Just gives a little bit of something there. And then I've got the flower, and I'm going to just this is a sticker. They're white background, so I'll just ink just to make it a little bit solid. And I think that's all I'm going to do on that one. Yep. I find if I fold over, like that's the sticker you want to take, fold it over and then use your nail to slide it back, they come off fairly easily. Now, hopefully that will happen for you too, but it works well for me. So once again, all I do is I just fold it over like that, and then drag my nail across, and I end up with that. And I just want to pop that just across the two of them there, just to bring the three all together. Just going to even that up just a little bit down there. And that's the first one. And I'm going to just stitch around, and that will, so I'll do these, then I'll turn the camera off, stitch around, because I've just realised I forgot to thread my machine. I think that's wonky at the top too. Let's see. Oh yes, very wonky, like the wonky donkey. That's better. Okay, so there's number one. Okay, number two. So, like I said, I've got a few little bits. Whether I use them or not, I don't know. That one's for there. So this one again, same deal. This is vintage material, and it was a, I think it was a quilt cover that Minxy cut up, and then I've done the back with the tea dye paper. So I was thinking of popping this lady there, but now that I've done that, I don't really, she blends too much into the background. I wonder if by inking her she's going to look any different. This is where I sort of lay things out, check out how I want it done. Well, there's definitely a border around there now, isn't there? The other thing that we can do, and I think I've got some here somewhere, let's just pop that one out of the way. I'm sure I put some book page, yes. So I just wonder whether perhaps, this is a real old book, I just love the, whether we just pop that on there. Might just give it that little bit of a pop. Let's do it and see what happens. I don't know whether I said it's cold here. It's absolutely freezing. My girlfriend's coming up too. I haven't seen her for a while. I used to nurse with her in the early days. We shared, and we all shared rooms in the nurses' home. And her and her hubby are coming up for a couple of day getaway. So we're going out to dinner tonight, which will be very nice. And I said to Peter, it's that darn cold. But that's all right. We'll rug up, and I'm terrible. I'm a real homebod. I could stay inside all day, just doing my own thing. Bit sad, isn't it? Yeah. So just a little bit of book page, and that makes a big difference, doesn't it? So I was going to use the music paper, but we'll pop that aside. And I don't know that we need much more than that, you know. I'm going to stop the video, and I'm going to just thread my machine and stitch around the inside there and just see what that looks like. So just bear with me. Okay, I'm back. So I've just stitched around the edge of that. I don't know if you can see it. My eyes aren't too flashy. Yeah, it's very pale. And the same, I just stitched around that one. Now, to show up that stitching, if you've got light colour in, just lightly go across. You see there? Lightly go across the stitching, and it will just show it up a little bit. That's if you like distressing, I guess. And this one I'll just do a little bit. Just go around the edge, and I'll just lightly go across that stitching a bit. Should have put a bit darker threading. Like every time I change it, I remember. Okay, so we've got that. Yep. Okay, now what I also do at times is I get the thread and I just pull through the back and bring the front thread through. Hook the little. So now I've got all the threads at the back, nothing at the front. And then I just run a bead of glue along that stitch line and twist the thread over it. Where are we? I hope I'm in frame. And then you've got all your threads down there. You don't have to worry about them coming unravelled. So I now will, it just seems so dark in here today. I'll be glad when I can get this whole room rewired. It will be like daylight all the time, hopefully. So then I'll just stick this onto that piece. that. A nice, oh, this is splitting out now. Oh God, can't even find it. Do the, oh my goodness, there we go. Get back in your box. Get back in your box. I don't think it needs much more because you've got that. It'd be nice with a word of some sort, or you try all sorts, don't you? No. I think I'll leave it. I'll stitch around it, and then when I put it into the journal, that'll depict whether or not I need to pop something else onto the card, onto the journal card. My daughter's asked me to do some sewing for her, and I thought, oh God, this sewing machine won't do dressmaking anymore because I've just about wrecked it, I think, with the glue and what have you. So I might have to be asking for a new machine. And then I said to her, well, who's the outfit for? Is it just for Mara? Is it for Greta as well? Or is it for the twins? Because Tom's sister has got twin girls, and you can't be doing one without the other. Well, I can't. So she said, well, you don't have to do it until summer. I thought, thank goodness for that. So I'm just getting those threads, and I'm not sewing them at the back this time because I want this to be sort of just hang there. So I just, that's if the hands will work for me, tie it in a knot. I'll just grab through the hole. Just grab them and just bring them right down to the bottom there. I just got it into, now it doesn't want to do it properly. No, it's definitely a big knot. No, there we go. That's okay. So they're all hanging off there. So they're quite nice. Something's locked. Something, isn't it? Okay. Next one, let's just do, this one I'm just going to do very plain, I think. I've got the nice black lace, and I was just thinking of popping that on there. But whether I need something else behind it as well. Doot. Perhaps a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Just a little bit of something just down there to, yeah, I just want something tiny. I don't want anything too much, but I just because the main character in this little play is the lace at the back, and I don't want to cover up too much of it. So we'll just do that. Just a little bit of the edges of this with the, just so that it's not a stark white. So that's the black lace, and then the same on the back here again is the, and I'll sew around that, but I'll do that after I've done it. This one I am only going to put a tiny weeny little thing on, and what I did, I've got a little butterfly cut out. The lace doily, we often cut out pieces of our lace when we're we've got it and we like a little piece of it. So I've just cut out that little piece of the doily, and I'm just going to pop it on the corner there with a butterfly, because that is so pretty. So that's all I'm doing to this one, and I think that's a bit cute. And I think I've said it many times before, I don't like overdressing stuff, because when I sell an album or give something as a gift, I do like to have part of me in it as I've decorated it and what have you, but I like to leave part of it too for the person who receives it to look at it and say, oh, I could do this to that, and I could do that to this, and, you know, add just their little personal touch to it. Because after all, you want to add your own little bit to a journal. I'm just trying to think where these butterflies came from, and I'm not sure. Yeah, so I quite often under embellish, is what I'd say, I suppose. Now, what I might do, let's put the sewing scissors back there so I don't get them mixed up. I might just do a little snip there and there. And we'll make this one into a proper tag. Oh, that is pretty. That is pretty. And I've got this bit of sari silk that I'm going to just I bought some beautiful sari silk the other day. It's a pity I can't do the whole project and show you, because I got Mrs. Cogg's sewing. I bought it online. It's a course, and it's her little to put sewing needles and that sort of stuff. It's a needle case, I suppose you'd call it. It's a needle case. And I'll show you the sari silk at some stage. Well, and I bought it and to do this sewing needle case, and it is just beautiful. I'm not a boho-y sort of person, but this is going to look nice in the, I want to make some to put in our little craft shop. That's sweet. There's just that little piece of the corner of the doily and a little butterfly. Cute. And I suppose I could do this one the same. Let's see. And I'll perhaps pop some, I've got some white. It's a little bit too small, I think. Oh no. No, it's too small. Looks spongy. Let's have a look in here. It's seam binding. Not delicate enough. How about that? It's sari silk. Yeah, it's fluffy like the roses there. So I guess this is a craft along with me using the papers from Minxy over at Northern Craftaholic U K. Peace. Shove all this back in. I'll probably get it out again in a minute, but just got a couple more. Well, how long have we been going? 27, so just a little bit longer and then I'll call it a day. That one was a mismatch. I've got no idea what I was doing with this one. I had piece here, piece here, piece there. And then I didn't like the lot of it. It was too much. Now I had this little piece here. That's a little piece of, it's got the, it was like this one. Bit of this, I don't know if it's hemp. This was a linen, and then it had the little threads around the edge of it. So perhaps we could use that behind this little one. Let me ink it first to see if it's going to look, what is it going to look like. And I mean, after all, it's just a little piece of paper, isn't it? So if it doesn't look right, I can just cover it up. Oh, pardon me, cover it over. I've just had a Vegemite crust, piece of crust with Vegemite on it. Just take that little bit off there. I'll put it on there. I wonder, see if it works. Little brain fart. It might just be that as well. So we'll do this. And I was just wondering if we just clip that onto there as a little, because that's rather sweet, isn't it? see what it looks like. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's okay, what I might do is put that one on there. On here. Oh, I should pop that onto something else because it's got the sticker on the back of it. Perhaps a little piece of God, it's a real mix, mate. This is what I do when I'm on my own crafting. I try all sorts of stuff, so you're getting it all today. And I just rip around the edge a bit. So we've just got a little piece around the edge. And that's just a piece of graph paper that's been dyed. Just do that again. And that's 3 layers, so it's fairly thick. And where am I? Wrong one. Excuse my arm reaching up there. There I am. Got the bulb pin or fabric pin or whatever, garment pin, whatever it is you call them. And then we've got that. Just okay, back again. The video cut off on me, so I was in the middle of finishing this little tag. I wasn't quite happy with just the plain tag, so I've just collaged a little bit down the side and just got the little piece hanging off there, so I'm happier with that. So just to recap on what we did, this is an announcement and design team well, it's not a full project, but it's an announcement and a little play with some of Northern Craftaholic UK, Victoria Minxy, with her kits. And what I've used are the linen kits and the lace kits, and I've just splashed a bit of antique papery in there as well. So that's the little one that we finished up on. Then I just did this with a little black lace. All of these I popped onto the bases. I popped onto sticker paper and then backed them with the tea-dyed paper from the kit. It's just a little flower that are from my stickers, some collage there on that one, a little bit of sari silk. This one I didn't want to do too much to because that's the linen in itself. And so I just put a little flower there, and that was cut from the daisy, the doily from the kit. I don't know if I've got the rest of it there, but I just, like we would cut little pieces of flowers and off our doilies to pop on our ephemera. I've just cut that off as well, and a little butterfly. I think that's shabby dabby doo dah. And then these are just journaling cards. Again, the linen at the back, the doily. Just a little sticker of Minxy's there. In the kit, and I've popped them 4 to a page. So I'll cut them down a little bit. I was thinking the other day, the big ones that she's got, if you did print them to the full size, which I don't know that I did I print some to the full size? I'm sure I did. Yeah, look. So these are basically the full size. And I was thinking we could still utilise, if we want to, we cut them out that size and we could still utilise them by using some of our punches that we forget about. Well, I forget about. Sort of like I've got a ticket punch. And that would still punch beautifully. We've got that beautiful colour. And we've got, you know, little tickets. So utilise your punches too. If, you know, if you do print them out and you think, oh, I need a smaller one and I haven't printed one out, get out your punches and do that, because they, that would look nice there as well on your tags. So if you're like me, I always print out the full size and then I go down the sizes. And if you run out, it's just a little tip to help you along the way if you do run out. So we did that one. This one, I've used the other part of that doily. Just pop some pieces on there. Nothing much, because I want to emphasise the linen around the edge. It's another one. And then this one had the fibres that popped on the page and just scanned. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll link all of Minxy's channels and everything in the description below for Northern Craftaholic UK, and also to the kits if you want to have a look and get some for yourself. They are really, really cute. Okay, so thank you for that, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye for now and happy crafting.